Hey guys, what's up? It is Kat, and it is the end of May already, and we all know with the end of May comes May wrap-ups and June TBRs. And I actually finished quite a few books this month, which I am super proud about, and I have a lot planned for June. So let us get into this May wrap-up and this June TBR. So actually the first 3 books that I finished in May is Addison Zombieland by Gina Showalter, Through the Zombie Glass, and The Queen of Zombie Hearts. This literally made like the tippy top of my May reads. I mean, it is about a girl whose father is really estranged. She's been locked away kind of in their house her whole life. She can't go out at night. She really doesn't have a social life because of that. And her father is like dead set on fortifying their house because he believes that there is monsters out there that will literally eat you alive. And her mother and her little sister have never even seen these monsters. So for her birthday, she has convinced her father to allow her not only for her and her family to go out, but she's also convinced him to drive through the cemetery to get home one night, which he's always been at, like, no cemeteries. And because of that, things happen and they are in a car accident which kills both her mother, her father, and her adored little sister. And then Alice starts seeing these monsters. Of course, there's Cole Holland, who is the sexy, badass male protagonist in this series. He is tattooed, he has a dark secret, and those two share an unlikely connection. I literally gave every single book in this series a 5 out of 5 stars. The next book that I finished in May is Ruin and Rising by Leigh Bardugo. If you guys saw my review, I didn't particularly like the ending to this series. It wasn't my most favorite ending to a series at all. It felt kind of rushed a little bit, like things were just being thrown in there. Some of it did make sense, like it could connect to the other first books, but a lot of it, just the ending felt really rushed and weird, and I did not like how the main characters ended up turning out. The next book that I finished in May is Rebel Belle by Rachel Hawkins, and I did enjoy this book. I loved the funny aspects of everything about this book. There were a lot of things that I kind of didn't like. I didn't really like how the main character acted. She was a little on the fake side sometimes. Like, I know that's what she was supposed to be, but she was really on the fake side. She really, to me, I just couldn't physically connect to her, and so I had a lot of issues with her. The main character in this book is Harper Price, and Harper Price has only cared about winning the crown of homecoming, and she only cares about like schedules and being perfect, and somebody in her life makes her life kind of not perfect because he likes to write news articles about her. But one night, as she's stumbling into the bathroom, she is attacked. She becomes a guardian, but those guardians are called paladins, and she is to protect one person only, and that is her nemesis, David Stark. So I kind of gave this book a 3.5, kind of to 4 out of 5 stars. And the last book that I finished in May is Wither by Lauren DeStefano. From my sigh, you can tell how I'm frustrated with this book. I did enjoy it. I loved the idea of the book. I loved the characters in the book. And there are things in this book that I actually honestly did not like about this book. This book takes place in a future United States where everything has been destroyed. Pretty much all of the outside countries turned on the United States, and it created a mass war which not only like left America in destruction but obliterated all the other countries. And in this modern world, parents were genetically modified to be perfect and live, I guess, longer. Well, they didn't factor in children, and because of this, children are only living for girls till 20 and for guys until 25. So people are either sold off to be married or sold into prostitution. In a way, sold off to marriage would be a better choice, but in Ryan's case, it is not, because the house that she is sold into has a very prestigious genetics doctor who is a very dark and evil man. She still wants to escape to go find her twin brother, and she enlists the help of a assistant or an attendant, Gabriel. And I actually did start the second book, Fever, and I absolutely hate it now. Alright guys, so that is all that I have for my May wrap-up, so let's get into my June TBR. So the book that I'm planning on replacing Fever as of right now is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. It is a retelling of Beauty and the Beast, and I am like super excited to read this book. The next actual series that I'm hoping to like really get into in June is the Vampire Academy series by Rochelle Mead. A lot of you people did comment on my summer read series challenge that you need to read the Vampire Academy before you get into the Bloodlines. It is about two girls, one is a princess and one is she's a guardian of the princess, I believe, and they had ran away from the Vampire Academy a few years back, and they are finally found and captured and brought back to the Vampire Academy. And they both fall in love with people that they shouldn't fall in love with. So, I'm super excited to read this series. It just sounds something down my fantasy alley. The next book that I plan on getting to in June is The Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson. I have been wanting to get to this book since I have bought it, and that was a few months ago that I bought it, and it's been sitting on my shelf also pretty like. And this book is, I believe, about a girl who is a princess who is betrothed to somebody, but then she kind of runs away. And she disguises herself as a villager in the next village over, but then there are two male species after her. One is the prince I believe she's supposed to be betrothed to, and the other is the assassin that is supposed to go and kill her. So she falls in love with one of them. I don't know which one. The next book that I want to get to in June is another book that I bought like many months back, and that is Alienated by Melissa Landers. After reading the Lux series and a few other alien series, I have fallen in love with the ideas of aliens and humans and them coexisting and one of them from each species falling in love. I don't know. That sounds pretty damn sweet to me. It's about pretty much almost a foreign exchange student in a way, except the foreign exchange student's from space. And Cara Sweeney is the one that's going to be hosting the very first galactic transfer student. The next book that I plan also on getting to in June is The Winter People by Rebecca L. Purdy, and I remember this being on the top of my TBR list when it came out. I completely forgot what it was about, but the cover is absolutely beautiful. The next book that I also plan on getting to is 1,000 Pieces of You by Claudia Gray. This book has been literally on my past 3 TBR lists for every month, and yet I still haven't gotten to it. Let's see if I can get to it this month. So there is different dimensions in this book. This girl's father dies. He's the one that created, I believe, these dimensions, and he is murdered, and the person that she believes, his name is Paul, and he was her parents' like high star and student who was smart and everything, and he actually ends up going on the run, and she ends up going after him and going through all of these different dimensions, and the worst comes to worst, she starts falling for him. So the next read is kind of going to be up to you guys, so I want you guys to put it to a vote because I'm very skeptical about which one to choose, and you'll know why in a second. Should I read The City of Lost Souls or should I read Scarlet? As many of you know, these were series I had to put down because of the fact that they became so popular that that's all I heard about, and I just got sick of it, so I ended up not really liking. So it is up to you guys to choose. You can either choose Scarlet or you can choose The City of Lost Souls. Just say it below in the comments and I will count up and we'll pick from one of these books that you guys choose. And the last book that I plan on getting to in the month of June is The Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. All I know is that there is monsters in this book, guardians and angels, I believe, and things like that. And I thought it was set in like Manhattan or a different city or like cities, but there is a map in here that definitely shows otherwise. Alright guys, that is literally all for my June TBR and my May wrap-up. So I think I counted about 7, 8 books for June, and I think that I can do it. I am like adamant about doing it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely leave your comments on books that you have read that I've talked about, or books that you also want to read that I have talked about. And remember to give this video a thumbs up. And then also remember to subscribe to my channel for more videos. I will see you guys at my next video. Bye!